a study was made among a group of adults, and the study found out that 50% of adults would choose to receive $20 now rather than receive $40 in the future. Now, that is instant gratification. They would rather take something that is of an inferior value now in the moment than wait for something that is of higher value in the nearest future. That is instant gratification. Well, I am so excited because today is my birthday. I'll be discussing 25 things I wish I learned earlier in the course of my life. Life is a continuous journey. You are learning every day, you are learning every month. Every day you wake up, you're learning new things. And anyone who does not learn will not grow. And if you not grow, definitely you're dying because you cannot live without growing. When you stop growing, you begin to die. Okay, so life is a continuous process of learning, and as we wake up every day, learning should be intentional. Okay, learning should be intentional. So over the course of my life, I've tried a few different things. Some have worked, some did not work. I've failed many times in my life. Some of these things that I've passed through, some of them I found myself in, and I was wondering how can I be so dumb? How can I come up with such a dumb decision? But then afterwards, I realized that God was using that situation to hone me into the real me that I should be, to teach me a lesson, to pass a message across to me. So in the real sense of it, it wasn't really a setup, it wasn't really a disappointment, it was a blessing in disguise. So in this video, I'll be giving you 25 things that I wish I knew when I was younger. I can as well call this a letter to my younger self. So let's get it. The first thing I wish I knew when I was younger is that it is okay to be disliked and it is okay to be different. We live in a world where everybody needs validation. Everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants to be loved by people. So anything we try to do or anything we want to do, we first of all check how are other people going to receive what I'm trying to do? Are they going to receive it with some level of disdain? Are they going to love it? Are they going to give me thumbs up? Even things that do not cause harm or do not hurt other people. We are constantly wondering, we are constantly thinking, how is the world out there going to receive this message? How are they going to react to it? And once we know that if we do this, they are not going to like us anymore, we are not going to fit into the circle we have always been, then we give up on it. We give up on the idea, we give up on the action, and we don't take the action anymore. It shouldn't be like that. You should understand that it is okay to be disliked. It is okay to be different. Not everybody will like you, okay? Not everybody will like you, and not everybody will want to be your friend for just no reason. There are some people you don't offend them, they just don't like you. So it is okay to be disliked, and it is okay to be different. The next thing is develop the courage to say no without feeling guilty. Because every yes you say to one thing automatically translates to you saying no to a dozen other things. Maybe your friends come up to you, they are like, hey, Johnny, what's up? Let's go out on this party. What's up? Let's go out, have fun, and all of that. You have schoolwork to do, or you're working on a project, you're bidding for a contract, you're working on something serious, you're trying to learn, you're working on yourself, you have schedules to cover, and you know that you have a deadline to meet, yet because you feel that by saying no to these people it's going to sound somehow, or you're feeling nervous saying no to them, you just say yes. That is doing a disservice to yourself. So develop the courage to say no without feeling guilty, because each yes you say to one thing automatically translates to you saying no to a dozen other things, and you want to be careful about the things you say yes to. The next thing is it is okay to quit, and you should learn to quit early. Listen, we live in a world where people encourage you never to quit. We hear quotes like winners never quit and quitters never win. Have you heard that quote before? Most definitely. Yes, it is true that winners never quit and quitters never win. But listen, there are some things that we should quit. Okay? You should learn how to quit, and you should learn how to quit early. There are some things that are going to take energy from you, and you have looked into the future and you have seen that this thing is not going to serve you. It is not going to serve any purpose in your life. But because you have already taken the step, you are already on the journey, and you've declared your intentions to everybody, you are thinking, what if I quit now? What if I quit this relationship? What would my parents say? What would my siblings say? What would my relatives and everyone, my friends, everyone say? You are saying, if I quit this job, what am I going to eat? How is life going to be? But you know that this job is toxic. You know that this job is not something you want. You know that this job is not going to serve you in the future. It is not part of the future or the vision that you have imagined. But because you're thinking about the instant repercussions that may come with that decision of quitting, which will not last long anyway, you're stuck and you can't make the decision to quit. Now, let me give you a story. There's this story about a frog. So, this frog got into a pot of water and then they began to heat the pot underneath. And the pot was heated for some time. The water began to get hot, and the frog adjusted its temperature to meet the temperature of the water so that it can survive in that environment in the new habitat. And then the water was heated more and more, and as the water get hotter, this frog would adjust its temperature to match the temperature of the water. Okay, now it was expending energy, it was putting in a lot of energy to get this done. Okay, the time came that the water became so hot and it became unbearable for the frog. The frog made the decision to jump out of the bowl, but guess what, it couldn't. The energy to jump out of that pot was no longer there because it has expended all its energy trying to fit in the environment and trying to fit very well into the habitat. And that was how the frog died. Don't be like the frog. Know when to quit. If it does not look like something that can go with you into the future, then you might as well just quit now. The next thing is stretch for something bigger than yourself. Don't settle for survival. Society has given people this idea of success. You grow up, you go to school, you graduate, you find a job, you look for a job, you get a job, you get married, you get a car, you get a house, you settle, you train your kids, and that's that. That's a bad way to live. That's mere survivor. Everybody was created in this world to add beauty to the world. And that is why, in the beginning, when God created man, the first blessing slash instruction he gave to man was be fruitful and multiply. So it is the duty, it is the responsibility of every human being to multiply. You cannot settle for survival and multiply. You have to be buried in a vision that is bigger than you if you will live life to the fullest. Now, the next thing is if you are going to do any work, give it your 100%. Don't drag your feet through life. Now, the next thing is separate yourself from your mistakes and forgive your younger self. Yes, this is very crucial. This is very important. There are decisions I've made in my life while growing up that if you would ask me to make those decisions again, I will not make them the same way I did. I'll make a different decision. But it's okay. It's fine. It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to find your way through the maze. Life is like a maze, and every day you wake up, you're finding your way through the maze, you're finding your way. It is okay to make mistakes. Forgive your younger self and move on. Now, the next thing is focus more on the things you can control. And don't get unnecessarily bothered about things you cannot control. There are things that happen to you in life that you really don't have control over. You really don't have any control whatsoever. If you had control, you would have stopped it. If you had control, you wouldn't have allowed it to happen. But you don't have control. The only thing you can do that will make you to go forward and to go ahead is to choose your response. Choose your response to be positive. You can decide to make something good out of it if you want. The same thing can happen to two different people and they will have two different results based on their responses to that same event. So make sure your response is going to be positive and don't get unnecessarily bothered over things you cannot change. And this brings me straight up to the next point. Be intentional about your response to life's events. Events are going to happen. Over the course of your life, things are going to come up. A lot of things are going to happen. And it is how you respond to them that will determine how your life turns out. There is this story about these children, twins, who grew up under the same father. Their father, a drunkard, didn't care about anything and would just go about messing up and misbehaving. And these twins, one of them grew up to be very wealthy, influential in the society, doing a whole lot of charity and all of that. And The other one grew up to be a drunkard, nothing good to write home about. Both of them were interviewed. They asked the other one who became so successful, "Why are you so successful? What happened?" Guess what his response was? "My father was a drunkard. What did you expect? I grew up seeing how he lived his life and the effects of living like that, and I made up my mind I am not going to live like that." And they went over to the other guy, the other twin, and they asked him, "Hey, why have your life turned out this way? What happened?" Guess what was his answer? "What do you expect? I was brought up by a drunkard. My father is a drunkard. That is what I grew up seeing. I saw him do that every day, and I had no choice but to live that way." So we always have a choice, the choice of response. You don't have choice over what life brings to you. In many cases, you cannot decide, but you can decide how you respond to it. The next thing is no one owes you nothing, but you owe the world everything. Blaming people for not helping you in your life will not solve any problem in your life. So rather than blaming people, why not just take the bull by the horn? Go on, take life head on and just move on. No one is coming to save you. Stop blaming others. You have the power within you to change your life, the power within you to make your life work. So stop blaming others. Pick up yourself and make the move. Now, the next is guard your peace of mind. There is no point if there is no peace of mind. While we are young, there is this constant tendency to take high risk, take unreasonable risk, take uncalculated risk, and many times not considering the future, not considering what is going to be the repercussions of our actions. Okay, so you have to prioritize your peace of mind. You have to value your peace of mind, and each and every action that you are taking, each and every action that you are going to take is going to be measured on the scale of peace of mind. All right, so if it's not going to give you peace of mind, then walk away from it. If if certain friends will not give you peace of mind, cut away from them. If belonging to a particular if belonging to a particular group will not give you peace of mind, cut away from it. That is how you guard your peace of mind. That is how you guard your peace of mind. Now the next is society is a pyramid scheme. You either create one, belong to one, and climb up the ladder, or you do both. Do not mistake a pyramid scheme from a Ponzi scheme. They are two different things. A pyramid scheme may not necessarily be bad. Okay, we have good pyramid schemes around. They are pyramid schemes all the same. Okay, now what is the typical nature of a pyramid scheme? A pyramid scheme, if you see a pyramid, the bottom holds the real weight. The top seems not to hold any weight at all, but the glory is at the top. It is built in such a way that the people at the top do less of the work, and the people at the bottom do more of the work, and the people at the top who do less of the work get rewarded more than the people who are at the bottom who do the best of the work. And the people at the top will not be standing if the people at the bottom are not there. But the people at the bottom collectively give the people at the top permission to stay there, to remain respected, to remain honored, and to remain highly rewarded. That is how a pyramid scheme works. I have a lot of pyramid schemes, professional bodies, pyramid schemes, okay, organizations, pyramid schemes. Now we have good pyramid schemes and we have bad pyramid schemes. In good pyramid schemes, the organization is built for the benefit of the people and everyone is being fed. Okay, so the government is also a pyramid scheme. Now, in countries where you have good government, there you will find a good pyramid scheme, and in countries where you have bad government, there you have a bad pyramid scheme. So wealth, prestige, honor goes to the man on the top of the pyramid. It is not difficult. If you want me to make a video extensively about pyramid schemes and how to create one, how to walk yourself up the ladder in one, then send me a message and we'll see how we can work out a one-on-one session and I will teach you exactly everything you need to know about pyramid schemes, how they operate, how you can create one, and how you can run a profitable and good pyramid scheme. Now, there is a law that says, do unto others as you would love them to do unto you. Now, this is the next point. Be the partner you would want to have and give the energy you would want to receive. I want her to be this, I want him to be this, I want her to be this. The question is, are you that? Okay? This is the question you should be asking yourself. Are you that kind of person that you want to get married to, that kind of person that you want to have a bond with? Are you that person? Because if you're looking for such a person and they are what you described exactly, then they are human beings too, and they are looking for somebody of that nature. So if you're not that person that you're looking for, then how do you expect to attract them? So be the partner you would want to have. The next is be confident in yourself. You are enough. I am too tall, I am too short, I am too fat, I am too lean. People will say a whole lot of things, and so what? And so what? Now, the next is prioritize self learning, self development, and self improvement. Life is not all about money. You can have money and still be miserable. Work on yourself, work on your mentality, work on how to create a real life, work on how to handle challenges, work on how to deal with people, work on how to deal with stress, work on how to manage your time, work on how to be more productive, work on how to be more creative, work on interpersonal and social skills, work on all of these things. You can be born into a wealthy family and you will have all the money, and still you'll be buried in depression, you still be miserable, you still be misbehaving, all right? Because you don't really understand how life works and you have not been able to work on yourself and build the real you. It is not about the money, it is about the man you become, it's about the person you become, it is about the woman you become. Okay? So prioritize self learning, self improvement, and self development. Life is not all about money. You can be rich and still miserable. Now, the next is screw being normal. God didn't make a mistake when He created you different. Don't try to be like the next person. Don't try to be like the next guy. Don't try to fit or conform into the standard of everybody. Be different. Okay? Screw being normal. Next is it is never too late to change. It is never too late to start. Maybe you've been living a lifestyle you don't want, you don't like, and you know that this lifestyle is not going to serve you. You know that in the future this lifestyle is going to harm you. You know that this lifestyle is going to bring you a whole lot of pain. But somehow you're thinking, I've been with this for a whole lot of time. Can I really change? Yes, you can change. You can start over. You can change direction. It doesn't take anything to change direction. You can make up your mind right now to change direction. It could take a long time to change destination, but it doesn't take anything to change direction. So it is never too late to start, and it is never too late to change. The next is embrace trust and integrity as a virtue. It is not for anyone else, it is for yourself. It doesn't say anything good about yourself that you are lying, that you're constantly lying to people and you're telling lies. Like embrace trust, embrace integrity as a virtue. These things are going to serve you. They are going to help you to build relationship with the people you work with. They are going to help you build relationship with your friends, with your colleagues, with your co-workers, with your customers. So embrace trust and integrity as a virtue. It is not for others, it is for you. The next is life is hard, and that is normal. Don't expect the opposite. Life is hard. I wish it were different, but it isn't. Life is just hard. Trying to make ends meet, trying to make progress, trying to achieve freedom, financial freedom, time freedom, work freedom. It is hard, it is difficult, but that is life. It is no different. And trust me, if you do the things that are hard now, life becomes easier later on. But if you do the things that are easy now, life becomes hard later on. So you choose your hard. Someone said every human being must experience one of two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of having to regret later in your life that I should have done this and I should have done this, but I didn't do it. Or the pain of discipline, waking up early in the morning and getting to work, doing your work, making sure you do what you are supposed to do. So embrace the pain of discipline so you can avoid the pain of regrets. Now, the next is you will fail many times at many things. It's not you, it's life. It's normal, and that is the pathway to winning. While you are coming up, you will fail at a whole lot of different things. Do not personalize failure. Do not say this is me, this is me, I am a failure. No. Separate your failures from who you are. The event was not successful What you wanted to do, you could not realize it. It failed, but that's not you. That's just the event. It is a bend on the road, not the end of the road. Okay? So do not personalize failure. You are not a failure. The next is embrace your responsibilities and do not run away from it. Do not give in to alcohol, do not give in to drinking, do not give in to consuming substances so you can escape from life. Because listen, you never can escape from life. Okay? If you think you take substances and you will escape, that is momentary escape. And the truth of the matter is your problems are compounding, they are still waiting for you. So don't escape. Don't run away from your responsibilities. Face them head on. As they come, you tackle. As they come, you tackle. If you need help, ask for help. Wherever you think you can get help, wherever you think help can come. If you need help, ask for help. Asking for help sometimes can mean praying, okay? It can mean praying because there are sometimes you look around, there is nowhere to get help, but you just go on your knees and you pray. But face your challenges head on and do not dodge your responsibilities. Now, the next is enjoy the journey of life. Do not wait until you get to the destination because there is no destination. Life is just a journey. Celebrate your small wins and make sure you're excited while in the process. Now, the next is stop using movies and social media to while away time. You can become a writer, you can become a freelancer, you can become a content creator in your spare time, in your leisure time. You begin to do these things and you get engaged with something. I'm not saying you should not watch Instagram reels, or you should not watch YouTube shorts, or you should not watch TikTok videos. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to be intentional about your time, when you spend it and where you spend it. All right. If you want to check some fun stuff in your leisure time, you have to set a timer. This is when I'm going to watch these shots, and at the end of this time, no more. The next is embrace self-discipline like your life depends on it, because it does. The discipline to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do. There's the discipline to wake up on time. The discipline to pick up your phone and make that call. Embrace discipline. This will save your life. Now the next is school is not scam. Now let me tell you something. School was not meant or created to give you a life. School was meant to teach you how to live. So now, when you understand how to live, you go and you create your life. That is how school should be. Not to give you a life, but to teach you how to live. And when you have learned how to live, then you go and create your life. Now, last but not the least, pay attention to spirituality. You did not create yourself. Getting to know God more, getting to understand. Look at the human system, look at the human body, the respiratory system, the circulatory system, the endocrine system, the skeletal system, the urinary system. Look at the digestive system, right? Look at the nervous system, and all of those systems working together, created with every detail, layer upon layer, system upon system, detail upon detail, with every level of precision. What are the odds that just happened from a big bang, just something exploded and then just created something as beautiful, as precise as this? There is an intelligence to this creation. So that is that. You should pay attention to spirituality, because you didn't create yourself. And if you didn't create yourself, who created you and for what reason? All right. So these are some questions about life that you cannot just go through life without asking yourself. They are hard questions, but you have to ask yourself. Thank you for watching this video. And if you have watched this far, I seriously want to congratulate you. And I believe that you enjoyed this video. So if you're coming to this channel for the very first time, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and click on the notification bell so that each time I upload a new video, you will be notified.